Hello, my darlings, and welcome to a brand new episode of Glittery Goodness, or should we say Drag Race Time Machine, or perhaps we'll just rename the entire thing and go with She Done Already Done Had Hers is The Redemption, because we are, of course, talking about Down Under vs. the World, the Meet the Queens, after what feels like several eternities, and an ice age, and whatever else you want to throw at it. We finally have the confirmed cast of Drag Race Down Under vs. the World. And boy oh boy, was this worth the wait. This is a really spectacular cast. Now, I have to be honest with you, I have not paid attention to the spoilers and rumours and all of the such for this. I have kind of avoided it. So yesterday, when this cast dropped, I lost my tiny little mind. And we're going to talk about all of that right now. Up first, we are going to talk about the headline news, because all of my other opinions of all the rest of this cast stem around this particular inclusion, because I think it is going to change this game. And that is, of course, Drag Race US icon Raven, RuPaul's makeup artist Raven, is back competing. I'm sorry, what? Like, I shrieked when I saw this, because I was like, no, this has to be a joke. This has to be another stunt. But apparently, fingers crossed, she is actually competing. And I think that is going to be absolutely epic, because she has had all these years to refine her craft and also have RuPaul as a canvas for all these years. So it's not like her makeup skills have gotten rusty and she's just kind of, you know what I mean? And I feel like Raven has Ru's face down to such an art now, and indeed her own face when you see her in the promo. I'm so excited about this. This is going to be absolutely wonderful, I can already tell. And I feel like having Raven as part of this cast, can you imagine the shade and the backstabbery that we're going to see of these girls? Because she's right, they are going to find her as a threat. And I think this is going to make incredible television. I can already see her clashing and being so shady with some of these other queens. And maybe some of them won't be able to take it. But that's going to make great television for us. But moving on from that headline to somebody who will definitely be able to take it. I am, of course, talking about potentially one of the most recognised queens from Down Under. It's Art Simone. Now, while I do think it was a tiny bit self-indulgent of Art Simone to be like they couldn't do a Drag Race Down Under season without her, she's also correct. For me, Art Simone is one of those queens that is just on another level. There's a few of them in this cast, to be honest. I feel like it's a very level playing field, seeing how all of these queens have kind of glowed up in their promo looks. Big fan of this. I'm very excited. I love Art's promo look, but I'm very here for Art returning, because I very much enjoyed their time on Drag Race Down Under. And I'm excited to see how Art does in this competition. Up next, we're going to talk about Coco Jumbo. We're going to kind of do these in the order, obviously, bar Raven, that they are listed. This is a really fun choice. I've always loved Coco's big, bubbly energy. I feel like Coco is one of those queens that really holds her own very effortlessly, and I love that in a queen. So I'm very excited to see Coco here. They really have done a wonderful job picking the Down Under representatives for this series. I kind of love all of them. I feel like there's one that I don't feel like I know as well, but we'll come to that when we come to them. But back to Coco. This is just a great choice. I feel like Coco's energy and enthusiasm for drag is very present in her Meet the Queens, and I'm really excited to see what Coco is like now that Coco's had a little more time to grow and evolve, as all these queens have. I'm intrigued. Will she clash with art, or will she clash with Raven? I have a theory that she may well clash with Raven. I don't know. I feel like the other queens might gang up on Raven. But again, wonderful television for us. Up next, we are talking about an international queen and one of my absolute favorites from Drag Race España. It's Estrella Extravaganza. I fucking love this queen. That Meet the Queens was so off the wall and just stupid in the best way. I was grinning from ear to ear. It is so lovely to see Estrella again. I could not be more pleased because there is just a level of absolute nonsense energy that Estrella gives me that I will be sat every week, and I really hope she goes far in the competition because that Meet the Queens was stupid in the best level, and I mean that is such a compliment because it just brought me immense joy. And hopefully she sticks around because otherwise I'm going to be quite sad. And we may have a full recap episode where I'm just going, how dare they get rid of her so early? So I guess we'll see. No spoilers in the comments because I don't want to know before time. Up next, it's another Down Under queen that I very much enjoy. It is Floor from season 3. As I said to you earlier, they did a really great job of choosing the Down Under representatives for this season. However, two things I have to point out about Floor's Meet the Queens. One, that outfit is outrageous with the flashing lights and all the duct tape that kind of looks like gravel and like the road stuff. Wow, well done, brain. And then you have Floor mentioning the pressure of coming back to a Versus the World or All-Stars season. And I'm like, is that foreshadowing? Is that foreshadowing for how you're going to do in this competition? Because if so, I might not like it. No. So I think we're just going to have to put a pin in that one and come back to it. And I'm a little worried for Floor now, but hopefully I'm wrong and my gut is just misleading me. I guess we'll see. Bitch, she's ready to do some good drag. Up next, we are talking about the one, the only Miss Lala Ree. Oh my god, this was a surprise because the last I heard from Miss Lala Ree, she'd retired from drag. She had packed up her wigs and said, I've had enough. And yet she's here. Colour me shocked, but I'm really pleased because I very much enjoyed Lala on her All-Stars season. I can understand why she's like, I feel like that really established me because we really did meet an entirely different queen on that All-Stars season. So I'm very curious to see the elevation and the reset she's had. Will that impact her drag? And will the third time be the charm? Perhaps it's the fourth time or the sixth if you ginger minge. I don't know. I guess we'll see, right? I also have to point out that I love her talking about the language difference. I think that's very funny. The way she handled that is really humorous, but also with a lot of grace. And I think she's going to get on really well with a lot of these queens. Can you tell how excited I am for this Drag Race season? I think this is the most excited I have been for a Drag Race season in years. And up next, we have to talk about one of my absolute favourites from Drag Race UK Season 5. It's Michael Maruli. Oh, this is good. And I also love that she is the first queen to go, actually, I really love Down Under Drag, but it's a shame I'm going to have to send them all home. So perfect. Also, the reeling off of the accomplishments. We could have been there for a month, Miss Michael. Look, this was a great Meet the Queens. I am so excited. I feel like there is going to be many an episode of which I'm just a mess when some of these queens go home because I really am so excited to see Michael Maruli back and indeed the other girls we've previously mentioned. I think Michael is going to be an interesting piece in this dynamic because I feel like they're not going to hold back, and that is definitely going to ruffle some feathers. Will Michael get on the wrong side of the Down Under girls? Or will it be part of an alliance? That's what I want to know. And I'll be watching out for it, don't you worry. Alright, it is time to talk about the standout star, in my humble opinion, of All Stars 10. That is Miss Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. Incredible. I'm so pleased she is here because there is serious unfinished business for this queen. She killed it on that 3-episode run of All Stars 10, which honestly feels like All Stars 7,365 with the way they're churning those out, but absolutely killed it, and I am really excited to get to see her continue that evolution because her run was cut way too short. She should have been in the semi-finals, and I'm so pleased to see her here. It's going to be fantastic. She's going to read these bitches down, and I am ready for it. Plus, her competing alongside her season 2 sister Raven is just going to be absolutely bonkers. Also, can we talk about the fact that they're pantomiming that they filmed this in Australia when actually they filmed it in Portugal? Just saying. Let's talk about Nikita Iman from Drag Race Down Under. Look, I'm going to be frank with you. Nikita's is probably the only Meet the Queens video that I didn't warm to. I didn't particularly warm to her that much in her season either. And I really don't love this promo look. But I am intrigued to see what she brings this season because she's saying there's a lot of growth there. And she also does a great job of explaining her origins as a queen as well in this Meet the Queens. But I don't know, it was lacking personality for me compared to a lot of these other Meet the Queen videos. But maybe she's holding back deliberately so we get surprised in the season. That's all I can hope, really. So, fingers crossed, I'm right. The penultimate queen we have to talk about is somebody I actually don't know. And that is Miss Jade So. And that actually just rhymed, so well done me. Look, I like Jade. I feel like I've missed about several chapters of Drag Race lore in not knowing who she is. Seems like she's a bit of a fan favourite, and I might have to go and find her Philippines season while I wait for this one. The Meet the Queens was outrageous, from taking Michelle's taint to the goddessification. I feel like I'm missing several things that Drag Race stans probably know quite well, and that's okay. There's time for me to be educated. So I will say I like Jade. Hopefully I will grow to love her because I feel like, unfortunately for her, she has very big shoes to fill of Philippines queens being on international seasons and doing incredibly well. So can she keep up the trajectory? I guess we'll see. She's open and available. It's time to talk about our very last queen and somebody who has just totally reinforced what I felt about them since their season. It's Vibe from Drag Race Down Under Season 4. I am so happy that Vibe is here. This Meet the Queens was wonderful because I feel like it was incredibly self-aware, very effortlessly funny, and I mean that as a compliment. This was perfect. And also going, I don't care if I don't win. There's a multitude of other franchises. You can just tell that, yes, while she's still very competitive, that's very clear, that Vibe is also here to have a bit of fun. And I feel like that's what we've seen in her career post her first time on Drag Race, is there is just a level of, I'm here to have a good time, I'm here to give people a good time. And that is what absolutely came across in that Meet the Queens. I'm very, 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 very excited to see Vibe on this season. Because first of all, that look was fucking fabulous. I love a camp queen. You guys, if you followed any of my Drag Race recaps, know I love a camp queen. And that is exactly what that was giving. I think it might actually be my favourite promo look of this entire bunch. Maybe it's a tie with La La Ree though, because I did kind of love the plasticiness of that as well. I don't know. I think maybe it has to come out on top. It's a tricky decision. But I'm very, very glad that Vibe is here. This is going to be such an incredible season. And I hope you're ready because we are back. We are going to recap this season. It's been a minute since I've recapped Drag Race, I know, but I'm so pumped for this cast, I think we have to. So, I will see you at the end of July with a brand new season of Drag Race recaps. But do not fear, we have plenty of TV nonsense and such to talk about in the meantime. But thanks for joining me on this bonus episode, and I will see you soon. Bye!